Morning, guys. Here's a great verse that I want to read for you today as we speak about Mark chapter 12 of loving God with all of our mind, understanding we do not have a mindless religion. There are things that we need to ponder, study to show ourselves approved to God. But there's a beautiful verse that I think is fundamental in our response and our understanding of the immensity of what it means to respond to God's love. Let me read this to you. It comes from 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 16. So, from now on, we regard no one from a worldly point of view. Though we once regarded Christ in this way, we do so no longer. Therefore, here's the key verse: if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old is gone and the new has come. All this is from God, who reconciled us to himself through Christ and gave us the ministry of reconciliation, that God was reconciling the world to himself in Christ, not counting men's sin against them. Here's the power of what we've been talking about the last couple of days, that we now, as believers in Christ, having responded and received of the love of God, have been reconciled to God. That means that now there is nothing between us and God. That means, and I just love this terminology, I wish we could grasp it, that we are now a new creation in Christ. A new one. Stop trying to fix the old one. Stop trying to raise the old one from the dead. You are a new creation in Christ. Now, so many people who come with the baggage of the past and the issues of stuff that they have done and their failures and their frustrations and all of that stuff, and we spend so much of our time trying to fix those things from the past. Well, people, I have to tell you, you can't fix them. They're done. Or maybe you can some of the aftermath of them you can mop up a little bit, but the past is the past. It's dead, and now it needs to be buried. And for some people, the past is still alive and very well. People, it is dead, and you are the only one keeping it alive. When we become reconciled to Christ, as this passage says, we become new creations. I think one of the simple truths of our faith and dealing with issues of life, and I'm not belittling the pain and the issues of some people's lives, but I am saying to you today that many of these things cannot be fixed. The best thing you can do is draw a line in the sand and believe the fact that you are now a new creation, and go out there from today and live like a new creation. And as days turn into weeks and weeks turn into months and months turn into years, you're going to begin to see the power of the line in the sand. The past is the past. If we could fix it, people, we would go back there. But in my experience, and I'm an old man now, but in my experience, you can't fix it. Don't try. You know, you may have to manage it a bit, but you can't fix it. But I do believe this: the future needs to determine who we are in the present and not the past. If the past is determining who you are right now, you've got it wrong, because that's not what we in Christian faith believe. The good news of the gospel is you've been reconciled to Christ. You're a new creation in him. For goodness sake, go and behave like it now, and rejoice in the new creation that you are. The old has passed away. It is dead. It is buried in baptism. It's a beautiful picture of dying to self and dying to the old life and dying to all that stuff and taking on a newness of life. That's the beauty of what this faith is all about. And when we begin to think in our minds, because that's what this is about, and we begin to contemplate in my mind, because out of what we think we do, we don't do first, we think first, and then we do. If I can change my mind about who I am, I'm not that old creation anymore. I'm not that messed up person who's done badly in the past. I am a new creation, and a new creation is a new creation. So I would encourage you today, if there are things in your past that are still dragging you down, if there's still things in your past that are part of the deadness of who you used to be, I would suggest you bury those things and that you recognize the newness of what it means to be reconciled to God and begin to live like that. It's a simple truth, but it's the simple truths of life that are certainly the most profound. I hope you find this to be the truth of your own experience today. Have a fantastic day, you guys, And ladies out there, enjoy life. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.